What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of our Wheel of Time reaction series. Episode 5 just aired this week, and it was
a little slower, I think.
It was slower, but I think it was even better than episode 4 because what it was doing more so than that even was building up its characters to a point where you got an emotional payoff already.
You ripped that right out of my brain because that's what I was thinking the whole time I was watching the show, because episode 4 was fantastic.
It really was.
That got you into the action scene of everything, and then this one did that character development, the scene development, like where we are, like what we're supposed to be doing. Now, I think from what I've seen that this show's actually getting, this episode, it was slow, it was unnecessary storylines or something. I don't know. I was reading a little bit tip of the iceberg kind of thing.
Gotcha. So you already looked at...
Just a little bit. Just get an idea of, like, because I wanted to test my thoughts against other people's, and that's like what we do with you guys. Like, if you put it in the comments, I like to test my thoughts against yours. But I think with you, it brought those characters to another level. You got a little more. We just got the surface level of who they were from the first 3 episodes, a little bit in the 4th, and then here we are in the 5th now, where you got a little deeper dive into who they are, and you got to take a step back and see, you know.
Yeah. So this episode is basically 1 month after the events of the 4th episode,
which I love. They time jumped.
I did too, because
it was slow. It would have been slow if we followed them.
Can you imagine a journey for a month long like that?
And
people today ain't built for that.
Taking the ring to destroy it. That was the whole Lord of the Rings thing was just a journey.
Yeah.
Which I think skipping that 1 month, so that showed that they were on the road and traveling, left the 2 rivers a month ago, or more than a month ago.
About a month.
And now they had their separation and stuff like that. Now it got us up to speed to where I didn't think, and I'm glad that they decided not to waste that time us following on horseback and caravans and who was ever what.
It could have been, yes, they could have very well put another episode of another journey to the White Tower.
And I think that early in this kind of series like this, you would have lost some views, I think.
And so it managed 2 things. It managed to keep up the momentum of the story while also being a more laid-back, slower version of what was happening. I really liked the episode and how it centered around Steppen and his loss of his Aes Sedai and what that means for a warder.
It opened how strong that bond is, because in the previous one they spoke about the bond being stronger than husband and wife, mother and child, and then you got to see that.
And I was
with him
expecting the show to show me why that, like a demonstration of that strength of the connection.
Yep.
So I was paying attention to how Steppen acted this episode, his emotional state, and the story that ultimately concluded with spoiler, him killing himself after Lan had tried to get him in close and stay close to him to let him know that he still has family. Because they knew they had to come together. The warders are still a family in and of themselves.
Right.
That's what's important.
Selfishly, I wanted him to stick around because I like him as an actor.
I actually was already predicting who he was going to be a warder of next. I was like, okay, so who of the main 4 would fit him best?
And if he just joined the group, and because as far as I understand, I think only Green can have multiple warders.
At this point, I don't know how it works. I think they're all having sex with each other too.
I think
it's
which
cool.
is fine because even Lan made a joke to about that.
Steppen?
He's like, I've never been with a man.
Conversation.
So that's where
hilarious.
You're supposed to jump to, and it's like, as we all did, but from what I've seen, Green is that. But there's also some of the Aes Sedai we haven't met yet.
We haven't met Yellow. We haven't met Brown. We haven't met several of the colors,
and only we've met one Blue. So
if I had to guess, episode 6 is going to get a lot into the colors,
which because you're at your hometown, but and this was the episode that now all our main characters are making their way back together.
That brings us to the best part of the episode by far to me, and it's the storyline that I'm most invested in, and I want to see where it's going the most. And that's Perrin and the wolves, because...
He just likes dogs a lot, this guy.
I do. When Perrin was getting tortured, you saw his eyes, if you were paying attention. My wife was grimacing, looking away, because she doesn't care for that. And I'm like, babe, you missed his eyes.
With that whole slicing with Child Valda.
Excellent villain, by the way, because you love to hate him.
Can't wait, because obviously, he's not gone. I don't think, and he's just going to become that. And the actor,
thorn in the side of the entire
I didn't
group.
look up the actor playing him, Child Valda, and I definitely think he's going to be great. I hated
so far he's playing his role perfectly.
I hated watching him eat.
Yeah.
So if that was really irritating to me,
But if so,
but back to Perrin.
Back to Perrin. His eyes that turn green. It looked like Lou Ferrigno in the old Hawk when his eyes turned that light green.
Yeah, they were like
turned.
almost light green, yellow, and you
This
knew
one
that
it was like the yellow version of it.
yeah, and you heard wolves howling. I'm like, oh boy,
and you knew immediately
Yep.
what it meant. And they
Yep.
tore those boys to pieces. And
they did work.
he's just got the best power to me so far.
So we got to start seeing all the powers of our main four, like they had, except Rand. Rand had a little bit with running with the Ogier, which I really did like. I thought he's cool, and I like how he just kept rambling, and everybody was just doing their own business.
He likes to take his time. He's like, humans rush everywhere.
Yeah,
You could tell him
and
the way
he's
he
right.
talks. He
He's
just
definitely
wants to,
right. But he called Rand something, and I apologize, I don't remember. It's because of his red hair that he
How
has.
rare it is.
Yeah, there's like a combination because he was such and such from Two Rivers, and so you haven't seen that yet, but you got to see Egwene with her. She can channel something.
She can,
and then so could Perrin, because or unless that was from her.
But remember,
his binds were broken.
So the fact that all of them are together, and they're all possibly the new dragon, you knew that meant all of them had the power. It was just how they interacted with it and how it manifested. Like Perrin is like the summoning of like wolves and maybe other things. Maybe he can turn into a wolf as if his eyes can change. I don't know.
Take that, like Animorphs, the books we all used to read.
Yeah.
But although,
yes,
I'm
all
going
of
to say
them
this
can.
now, hands up, hands up. Matt's a piece of shit.
Well, I think he's having the issue that Lugain's having.
Yeah, or had.
But-
Although, did you see how he recognized, like, Logain saw Matt when they were going through the tower because they were parading him through town like a gentle piece of shit, and they like made that, and he started like reacting to Matt. So that
was also Matt and him having a connection that no one else saw.
Right.
That was kind of cool to me.
I thought that was a little bit because that means more to come, and I don't think we're done with Logain yet.
I don't either, and I also think that Matt's going to have a trial because there's going to get wind that he might be able to channel.
Because he murdered the whole family.
He didn't
in
do it.
episode 4.
No, he didn't do it.
He thinks he did.
My guess is he didn't.
No.
Maybe they can throw a cliffhanger in there that the Fae got there after he had done it, and he showed up because.
I kind of think he did.
So he might have. I don't know. But I think Matt will ultimately have a trial, and it will result in not getting gentled. But he can't go out the way, like where you lose your mind. He's a main character, so it's not going to happen the way it would typically happen.
Right now, he's last place for me for the dragon. I don't think he has that. I don't think that's him. Not in his character.
I think it's probably all of them.
Like combined? Like our powers combined?
I think so. I think it's just some Captain Planet type shit here.
That's exactly what I was doing. Heart, earth, water. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm glad you said
Yeah, I was watching the episode, I'm like, watch it be like all of them, and all of them need to be together.
that. They'll save the wheel of time.
Yeah, they'll save the world, this cycle.
Yeah.
Guys, that was episode 5. It was the best yet. The show's going in this trajectory. Nope. I'm
Whatever way it's going this way.
The show's going in this directory. Okay, that's the way it's going. And we're really excited for next week. This show is really like something I'm looking forward to every week now.
And I know that it's already been a second season approved.
Amazon has stupid money. They would have done it anyway. If it got 5 viewers, they would have been like, try again.
Well, yeah, because Jeff carries that much money in his pocket to start another season.
Yeah. The amount of money to fund this show came down from like the rocket that he came back down to Earth, and it was like floating down to Earth. They just grabbed it and they made a show out of it. But yeah, as always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on next week's reaction.